All right, being 6 o'clock, I'll call the Marathon County Board of Supervisors to order, please. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing. Following the Pledge of Allegiance will be a silent moment of reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We will have the reading of the notice, please.
An educational meeting of the Marathon County Board of Supervisors will be held at the Marathon County Courthouse Assembly Room, 500 Forest Street, City of Wausau, at 6 p.m. on Thursday, May 16th, and the agenda was duly signed and posted.
Thank you. I would like to request everyone please silence your cell phones and any other electronic devices as to not be an interruption to the meeting, and I thank you for your compliance. And we'll move on to roll call and ask everyone to please sign in. And I thank you. We will, I'd like to welcome the visiting audience that we have with us, and also the visiting audience watching us on YouTube. So thank you for your interest in Marathon County government. We will move on to item number 7 on the agenda, and that is public comment, not to exceed 15 minutes. No one has approached the chair or no one has approached the clerk to give public comment, so we'll move on to educational presentation and or reports. Item 8A, standing committee chairpersons or designees. Any reports by standing committee chairpersons or designees? All right. We will move on to review and discussion on Tuesday meeting agenda items. Item 9A, appointments. Appointment 9A1, Environmental Resources Committee.
Appointing the following as citizen representatives to the Environmental Resources Committee, replacing Eric Vogel for a 2-year term to expire at the April 2026 organizational meeting. Marilyn Bend as the Towns Association representative, and Tom Mueller as the Agriculture representative.
Any questions on those 2 appointments? Okay, we'll move on to item 9A2, the Solid Waste Management Board.
Appointing Marilyn Bend as a citizen member to the Solid Waste Management Board for a 3-year term to expire April 30, 2027, replacing Brad Lenz.
Any questions on that appointment? Okay, we'll move on to item 9A3, NACO representatives.
Appointing Kurt Gibbs and Matt Boots to serve as the National Association of Counties representatives for the 2024 to 2026 term.
Any questions on those appointments? Okay, we'll move on to item 9A4, WCA representatives.
Appointing Kurt Gibbs to serve as the Wisconsin Counties Association representative for the 2024 to 2026 term.
Any questions on that appointment? Okay, we will move on to item number 9A5.
Appointing John Robinson to serve as Wisconsin Counties Association CAP Team Representative for the 2024 to 2026 term.
Any discussion on that appointment? Supervisor Wilhelm?
Is it both John and Matt? Or just John on this one? 'Cause-
It would be just John
Okay.
on the WCA CAP team.
all right,
Yep.
it has both names on there.
Right, that will be corrected. That'll be corrected. Any other questions? Okay, we'll move on to ordinances. 9B1, Town of Easton rezone, Rob Anderson and Matt Byer. Ordinance 14-24. Any questions on that rezone? All right, we will move on to item 9B2. From the Town of McMillan rezone, Tim Vreeland on behalf of John Seehafer and Doug Seehafer. Ordinance 15-24. Any questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item 9B3, Town of McMillan rezone. Tim Vreeland on behalf of Doug Seehafer. Ordinance 0-16-24. Any questions? All right, moving on to resolutions. Items 9C, resolutions from 9C1, Health and Human Services Committee and Human Resources and Finance and Property Committee, a resolution to accept $3,000 grant funds from United Way. Resolution 21-24. Any questions? All right, moving on to item 9C1B, a resolution to accept 20,000 grant funds for the Family Keys Program. Resolution 22-24. Supervisor Wilhelm, please.
Now, this is a pilot program. What I was wondering is, what's the grant for? Because that was a pilot program through the state for Marathon County, the Family Keys. Was it for 2 years?
Uh,
I was just wondering what
We
the,
have the
what
we
the
have
grant
the-
money's for.
we have the director here. Krista, please.
Krista Jensen, our Social Services Director, can answer any additional questions, but that's a 3-year grant program, and part of the grant direction that we took from the board was do all we can to make this sustainable, to your point, so that there's no additional tax levy funds moving forward. So applying for grants is one of the things I've asked all of our departments to do, but specific to that, Krista, you want to answer questions about where we are with the program and what the $20,000 will be for?
Yep, you're correct. So it's a 3-year grant, and our grant from the state, the Department of Children and Families, decreases every year because the hope is to make it sustainable within the 3 counties that are the pilot counties, Wood County, La Crosse County, and Marathon County. And so the hope is that counties will help to support this program. And so we have currently 9 families enrolled, and in order for us to continue serving those families and keep those children from entering out of home care, we're continuing to seek sustainability for the program so that we can keep them in Family Keys versus out of home care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? All right. Thanks, Krista. We will move on to item 9C2, Public Safety Committee and Human Resources and Finance and Property Committee. Item 9C2A, a resolution to accept dive team equipment grant through the Aligned Law Enforcement Response Team Program. Resolution 23-24. Any questions on that? All right. We are down to item number 11, announcements and/or requests. I did just wanted to announce to the board, unfortunately, I did have, tried to line up one education program that would have taken up about an hour of your time, and I apologize. That didn't happen, and I couldn't get the speaker in. The speaker will be in June, and so apologize for a short meeting and giving you most of the time back for the evening.
Can we just hang out for an hour then?
You're more than welcome to hang out for an hour if you choose to. I guess you could vote no and not adjourn if you choose. That would be entirely up to you. But any other announcements and/or requests? If none, we are down to item number 12. Is there a motion? Motion by Supervisor Rosenberg. I'll take the motions that we had through the open meeting system. Motion by Supervisor Drabek, second by Supervisor Crivelli. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Well, it wasn't unanimous, but it did pass, and so we do stand adjourned, and some people wish to stay. They're still more than welcome to stay, but there won't be a quorum of the board. I figured when the agenda was, and I couldn't line up the training. WCA staff.